All right. We are live at 5. Corey was talking
Let's
my ear
go.
off. He was talking my ear off about tax credits and all sorts of stuff. So come on in here. We're going to be
Sounds about
going
right.
over some new construction communities today near Disney. We're also going to be talking about incentives, how we view incentives, how we help people unlock incentives. I think that's one of our undervalued assets on the team. And then we're going to talk about some of the deals and the things that we're going to be releasing this week. We already have some likes in here. Let us know where you're watching from. Corey, give me 3 guesses
I got it
of,
last week. I said Ohio and I landed Ohio. And this week, I'm going to stick in the Northeast and I'm going to go New Jersey.
come on, that's too easy, man. Jersey, of course we're going to have some Jersey people here.
You
That's your
want me to
number one.
win
Give
or
me
what do
give
you
me
want?
2. Give me 2. So you said Jersey and
Okay.
what else?
Okay. And you know what? We'll go out west too. I'll say someone out west. We'll go with Oregon. We'll go with
Oh,
Oregon.
somebody already said Chicago. I was going to say Chicago. We got an Indiana in here. We got a Chicago in here. Got
Okay.
Orlando. I'm gonna go. Check this out. I'm gonna go Tallahassee, Florida. That's so weird. Okay, I'm gonna go Tallahassee, Florida,
Specific. Very specific.
and I'm also gonna go. I'm gonna go Texas. I'll go Dallas. We got a
Okay.
Dallas and we have a Tallahassee that's in here. So let us know
Okay.
where it is that you're watching from. Would also love to know where you're looking. These
Yeah,
lives, I want to treat this as an opportunity for you all to ask questions. I think that's the most
for sure.
important part of this, right? So we're going to come on, we're going to talk about what we're seeing in the market because I think that stats are cool, but like what's really happening in the market, and so we're going to go over that as well.
Right.
So the main subject of today, besides talking about some of these newer communities and what they're doing near the Disney area, is unlocking incentives, right? So we call it what, Corey? The
Yeah.
flashy object, right? The flags that are
Yeah.
flapping at the front of the community, and every builder has them.
It's so shiny, right? Every time they advertise it, this 4.99 interest rate or a golf cart, whatever else they're putting out there for you to buy. But we really dive into what does that mean as an opportunity for our clients.
So the somebody asked, are there any new builds that have no CDD in the Tampa area? Although we're talking about near the Disney area today, but that's a good question. That's a perfect question to ask. Anything that's off the top of your head, Corey?
Not off the top of my head, I'm guarantee you by the end of this episode, something will come to my head that I know
There's a few
is
in Plant
no
City, but
CD.
my question would obviously be
Correct.
like,
Plain
what
city, yeah.
we want to know what kind of buyer you are, right? And what kind of product you're looking to purchase. That's all location, price. Are you looking to build your home? Are you looking to
Right.
buy something that's inventory? There's a lot of questions
Yes.
that are
And check this
involved.
out too. We were looking this weekend and we had a community, no CDD fee. The HOA was 150 a month. And then we had a community that had HOA and CDD. The CDD was 120 and the HOA was $8. So it was 128 for those fees. So it all depends on where you're looking, what those fees look like. Sometimes you get an HOA that costs more than both combined, and then what they are offering to you in the HOA CD. Is it gated? Is there a pool? Does it come with internet and cable? Things that you might enjoy, as opposed to saying, "Hey, there's a bunch of dog parks, but you don't have a dog, right?" So,
Check this out, Corey.
what's next,
We
right?
just broke down a community today. By the way, we have a few videos that we're gonna be releasing this week. I'm gonna bookmark what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
William Ryan's and Two Rivers. We're breaking that down. We're also breaking
Mm-hmm.
down the Isles by Toll Brothers in Lakewood Ranch this week. We have a video where we're talking about how we helped
Very
a
nice.
subscriber save about $100,000. That's a good one there. And I guess
Cool.
the one I'm most interested on, we're releasing a video this week on how the deal was so good that our subscriber got paid. The deal was so good that they got paid from it. So we're going to be
That's what I like
releasing
to
that.
hear.
I wish I would
That
have
sounds
really
like someone that
bookmarked what I
worked
was going
with
to say.
us.
I know. I said I was going to bookmark it and I never. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you were talking about the community that has a low HOA, like $8, right? But the CDD is like
Yeah,
150 something dollars, right? So what
correct.
happens when that CDD gets paid off fully? You have an $8
So when this
HOA?
so it just depends on what's in the community. Now, if you have pools and stuff, just remember there still is the operation and maintenance portion of the CDD. So it doesn't completely go away. What we see is that you're usually paying about half in operation and maintenance, half in that land tax portion. So even after you do pay it off, you'll still be paying to retain the amenities, the roads, the sewage, the plumbing, whatever is inside the electrical in your community, you'll still be paying to maintain that, but your land portion does fall off. And we even talked about a builder today that we know coming up here that they're going to be paying off the land portion of the CDD. So it's essentially cutting your CDD bill in half. So depending on where you're looking in Tampa, we can get you with a builder that, is going to cut your CDD price right in half before you move in.
Chris, who's on our team, says in the comment section, no CDD in Nona, Sassa, 15 minutes from downtown Tampa. That's exactly right. There's a few builders out there that are like that.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and just talk about before we start to look at some of these communities here, let's talk about unlocking incentives, right? So like we view incentives as the flags that say, come do business with us, right? The incentive is typically the shiny object for you all to walk into that model home, right? So we had a meeting this morning and we're talking about what's in the market. What are we seeing? Here are some flashy, shiny incentives that are currently in the market right now. You get a free golf cart if you buy with us. That's one of the incentives. You get a free pool if you buy with us. We're going to pay your CDD down. There's some others. Any of them off the top of your head, Corey, that we're currently seeing right now? The shiny objects as incentives?
There's a couple good other ones that we talked about. But yes, for the most part, it could be a 2.85 interest rate, something like that, 2.85. And you're like, for which loan type? What are the terms of that loan? So yeah, super low interest rates can be something flashy when you see on the website. And how does that apply to you in buying a home? Usually those rates are connected to closer move-in home.
In one of our videos this week, where we were talking about, and you'll see it'll be rolled out to you as long as you're subscribed, where they will knock the price down of the home just for you to walk into the model home, and then they'll take the incentive away from you, right? So like nothing in this world is free. But either way, I don't want to get too far off of that. We operate from zero emotion, right? So it's designed to get you emotionally attached to want to buy the home, but we see incentives as dinner time, right? And so what we do is we have a strategy in which we can extract the most out of the deal for you, and it's called capped: concessions, add-ons, price, and terms. And we configure that as fluid. Somebody on our team said that today, and it was just like perfect. It's fluid to the builder because every builder is going to operate slightly different, but what we do is we attach that to make sure that we extract the most out of the deal for you. And then secondly, another way that we can get the most out of the deal for you is our experience. An analogy I like to use is we know how far the knee can bend. So the builder may say, hey, we're only giving you 15 grand, or we only can do this. We've seen with our experience on previous homes sold what you've done before, so we know if we push this up to management what we can get done for you. And those two things right there is a way that we could just bypass the shiny object that they're trying to give you and get more of that.
What a peculiar situation to put the builder in when we get a deal done with them over what they've advertised the week before, and then we come back in the next weekend and we're like, hey,
exactly.
We're here again. So exactly. I think they already understand that we know what we can get done in this situation. But right, I agree with you. It comes to the experience, and I really don't believe that there's a team of realtors in Central Florida that's doing more business with all of the builders than what we put together for more FLA homes. So having the experience of working with multiple builders through quick move-ins, through different incentives, through their to-be-built process, gives us a huge advantage over with everyone that works with us. When you call and reach out to us, it's because we have the experience of working with these builders every weekend, but we do know, like you said, how far the knee can bend and what they're able to do. And it does depend, and it's, per every situation, but we can always apply our systems in the place, and it reflects with any one of the builders anywhere you're looking in the state of Florida.
110%. If you're in here, let us know where you're watching from. Lewis, he says, I've been looking in the Lake Alfred area. So today we're just going to go down a few lists of some of the builders and communities near Disney, but I have a list of like places that people want to live, or the most popular places to live near Disney, and I try to keep it within like a 30-minute radius. I have Celebration, number 1. I have Horizon West, number 2. I have Claremont, number 3. And then I have Kissimmee. Now, before we even go to Davenport, and this might shock some people, and us as a team, like when we come together and we've helped people value-wise get homes, especially last year, Lake Alfred popped up big time for us because it's proximity to I-4. And then we've also had a few people that were like, hey, this is not really what it seems. It's, being on I-4, getting to Disney from Lake Alfred, is a little more congested than I wanted to. And then they opened up the new lane and it is blitzing fast. And there are a few communities in Lake Alfred that are 20 minutes to freaking Disney, 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes to Disney.
That's
And it's
crazy. That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, I know. We've had a lot of people move into Lake Alfred area because of the proximity to Disney, and we even helped a few families that moved there that worked at the airport. So that was the most affordable place to get close to the airport, and it also has close proximity to Tampa as well. So I think it's a great location for multiple people that are looking to buy here in Central Florida, and there's a lot of builders out there too. So there's a lot of new construction opportunities where we can get all of these incentives that they're offering right now.
Technical difficulties here, so I'm gonna have to re-sign into that. By the way, if you want to shop how we shop, you could just go to morefla.com, scroll down to the bottom, and then you can go ahead and start to shop there as well. Corey, Wesley, or not Wesley Chapel, I'm so sorry. The Lake Alfred area, is there a community that stands out to you in Lake Alfred that's like an undervalued community out there?
Yeah, for sure. So I think the Silver Lake community is what I see a lot of people leaning towards these days. It's a Pulte-built community, but we've helped, I think, a bunch of the agents on the team have helped families over in that community. I do think it's undervalued though for the amenities that they have with the new pool that they have, but also the price points as well.
Evelyn, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. She said Claremont Ridgeview. It's a client of ours. And
Nice.
then somebody says, oh my God, Silver Lake by Pulte, 1.99, hard to believe. Huh. Now, Corey, we're over here talking about the shiny object. 199, hard to believe. Let us know.
Interesting. Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that an arm? Are they doing like a 3-2-1 buy down there? Like the lowest rate that we're currently seeing right now is what, 399 fixed, Corey? Somewhere
That's
around
what,
there?
yeah, I would say in the Tampa area. Yeah, I think you can find slightly lower rates in Central Florida, more towards where, like you said, Polk County. But
Mm-hmm.
I think 399 is the lowest that we've been seeing in Tampa with the builders.
Very nice. Okay, cool. Let me pop this up here for us, and then we're going to get through some communities. Evelyn, where you are living in the Claremont area, it's coming together out there. I'd love to see that Olympus project really
Oh yeah.
come into play. So let me see here what I'm going to do.
Okay. So look, I just pulled it up real quick. Oh no, where'd it go? So it says a 1.99 year one, 2.99 year two,
Mm-hmm.
3.99 years three
Is
through
it three and
seven.
on? 3 through 7?
3 through 7.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. So it's a 7-year arm essentially with
But
2 years of
what's
lower
the 8
payments.
and on? What is that? Does it say?
The 8 and on is it's going to be adjustable. From what I've seen, it's usually within a percentage of what the current market rate is,
Ooh,
or it can only go up a certain percentage a year. It says there's more details in here, but yes, that's a great example of something very flashy
that's
that
very
comes to the
flashy.
screen. It's very flashy. Yeah, I like that more than the golf cart. That'll save me some money to buy the golf cart. But yes, this is
Melanie, let me know if you're
definitely a
working with
great
anybody on
opportunity.
the team or if you're doing this on your own. But yeah, I mean that 199, good job there, Corey, kind of peeking at that. I mean, so this is the perfect example of the flashiness, right? And so us being able to be transparent with you and give you kind of the good and the bad to what that 199 arm is essentially
Correct.
helps our people out, because if you don't like it, we could take you to another builder. We don't have to take you to any, but we can tell you to just chill out, take a breather, get your. Whereas the builders don't really have incentive to do that, right? Like they're trying to
Or
sell
like this,
inventory.
Christian, too. We had the builder say you can get 499 on a to be built. We figured out what the cost of that is, and we asked for that money in our offer to use it in another place towards the purchase. We could use it towards taking up the price, towards a design studio, towards buying down the rate in the future, which might be a lot more affordable than locking in the 499 to be built. So as long as we know what we're capable of abstracting in the deal, then we're going to be able to lean on them, because maybe this arm isn't the best loan program for you, but we know that there's a certain amount of money that they're offering to purchase that arm. So maybe if we can use that money to buy down a 30-year fixed rate, you'll be in a better position than you would be after the 8 years on this term, because then you might go up to 6.5%. You don't want to go from a 3.8% rate to a 6.5% rate overnight. It's going to be a drastic difference in your mortgage payments. So as long as you're prepared for that, or you're like, hey, maybe I won't be in the home this long, maybe I'm going to refinance the home in this time, that's okay. But understanding those incentives and the flashy thing is always important in our process.
So Taylor Morrison Harvest at Ovation, probably the closest or one of the closest new construction communities to Disney. I mean, I would say you're minutes away from Disney. Check this out. Here's
Yeah.
Flamingo Crossing. You're right here, and then you're at the backside of Disney right here. So we're seeing,
Gee,
this
that's
is Taylor
perfect.
Morrison, up to $25,000 off. Once again, flashy object. I mean, the last thing the builder really wants to do is drop the price, but it shows us, hey, come do business with us. That's the dinner bell for us. Lewis has a question in the chat. He says, question about an out-of-state buyer like me. Do I need 20% down? No. You don't need 20% down. Do you
We
own
were
a
just
home
talking
now? Are
about
you
that.
looking to sell your home? Is this going to be your primary residence? I think those are the questions that the lender, whoever we decide to go with, or whoever you decide to go with, will be asking you. Yeah, I mean, you could put down 3.5% if this is going to be your primary.
Absolutely. The minimum you can put down, let's say if you're in a VA loan, obviously you're not putting a down payment. FHA, 3.5% is the minimum, and 5% is the minimum for a conventional loan. Now, depending on your situation, maybe you do want to put down a little more. Maybe you want to consider or leverage the loan types that you have to get the best deal possible. So we'll make sure that we're getting the best deal based on your situation. But the down payment is definitely a lower number. And I don't think a lot of people think that the FHA loan is just the first time home buyers, which it definitely is for many first time home buyers, but you can get a second FHA loan in the future. So you can still get the benefits of having that lower interest rate if you're doing an FHA loan. But people that are putting down a little more see the benefits of using 20% to pay off the private mortgage insurance on the loan and lowering their monthly payments. So you contact us, you tell us your situation, and then we kind of guide you to the right lenders to make sure that you're getting clarity on what the best loan type is and how much you want to put down. But definitely, I think that's a big misconception is that a lot of people think you need 20% to buy a home, but a lot of times we see people buy homes with $11,000 to $15,000 out of pocket.
Trinity Family Builders, Ridgeview, looks like they have a few homes. One of them here is like $90,000 off ish out there. Looks like
Yeah,
it's a complete home, or it's actually a complete home. So, location wise,
go.
absolutely money. This is one of those communities kind of buying into the future here. Used to be Landsea. I think there was a big thing of like, did Trinity Family Home Builders acquire Landsea or did they not? And it's like, they're saying, no, we didn't. But if you look at the map, it literally says Landsea Homes right here.
Right, and we see that a lot. We see the builders exchanging lots in communities that they haven't been selling a lot in, and another product comes in that's more beneficial to the area. So it does. There's an exchange of hands between these builders often, and especially in a market like this where it's a buyer's market.
Yeah, 91,000. Take a look at this home here. So they do. This is kind of level 2-ish product out there, right? It's not
I like it. Yeah,
necessarily full design studio, like crazy structural options. It's more design, some packages and such. And
of course.
location wise, it's money. Now, this comes off right here to me as a level 2 lot because behind here there should be a view. Let's see what this view looks like. Okay, so orange trees, orange groves, but I think there could be some future development happening right here. I know exactly where this home is.
Of course, of course,
So
and
when
that's
we're
what we see
breaking
a lot
something
of
like
in
this
Lake
down,
Alfred.
yeah, when we're breaking something like this down to a client, right? This may be sold to you from the builder as, hey, look at this lot. You're gonna have this beautiful view, dead orange trees, and a nice pond in the back. Where in the future, I think actually Trinity either Trinity or Dreamfinder, somebody purchased this land. I believe. If not, I do believe that this will potentially be purchased right here. But either way, this home got marked down significantly.
And I think that you just brought up a really good point too. Is that when you reach out to us, we're going to be very transparent about what's going to be in the backyard if you're buying a lot like that. We're always harping on we got to get you the best lot, but I'll also let you know that that land may belong to a farmer that will sell it off in the future, or maybe it's inherited by somebody else and they decide to just send it off. And most likely, what we're seeing in these areas is that a bunch of farmland becomes a new community. So it's very important to reach out just to make sure that you're getting a lot that we can tell you, hey, this is a guarantee that there's going to be no development back here, or this community owns this section of the land over here, so we know there won't be development because the sales reps they work for them, they work for the builder, they represent the builder, and as much as we like to have our preferred ones, they will tell you whatever it is. Quick example. our preferred rep says Pasco County, you can do school choosing, right? School choice.
School choice.
It's easy. Yeah, we had a client came in, didn't like the school. He school choice. He got in a week later. I've had other clients tell me their kids never got into that school, so they're stuck in the school they're in now, right? But the sales reps are going to help you sell that home. We're going to give you the transparent documentation and our transparent expertise on what the realistic expectation should be.
Springs at Lake Alfred. Here's a good one for you. Who was it? Lewis in the comments section here, right? So this is Meritage. We actually just had a client close, I believe, last week. This is a Meritage community out here. Corey was talking about Silver Lake by Pulte in Lake Alfred, right? This one right here, very similar as far as distance to I-4 and close to, like, so if you're somebody that needs to travel into Orlando or Tampa, I view this section of Lake Alfred more valuable than living in a Davenport, right? Where you're really stuck and congested in that traffic. So, and the lots out here are gorgeous. There's a lot of conservation views and bigger lots and walking trails and stuff. So they've shown us that they want to do business. So once again, like, we've been seeing the shiny object, and we've been really, really going in there and maximizing. Another one is Sanctuary. This is in Claremont by KB Homes, probably the most affordable Claremont community out there. Not much off of the price points, but they want to do business. It's a big community. They've been selling it. They actually may not have a CDD out there as well. So Melanie says, I've been looking at different communities, builders online, trying to move out of Indiana next year before the winter, hopefully. Man, can't wait to get you down here. I would love to know if anybody's watching. So we had somebody from Chicago in here. Like, what's the reason for Florida? Like, what's the reason for that? Is it the weather? Would love to know.
If you're coming from Indiana, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Northeast, there's a bunch of reasons. There's definitely a bunch of reasons. But I think the new construction and what we're seeing right now for deals for a lot of people that are moving from that area, that you're able to transition very smoothly with a little money out of pocket if you're working with one of the builders right now.
Auburndale Reserve at Van Oaks. They might have popped up last week, too, because we were doing some Polk County stuff, too. This is Meritage. They've been knocking a lot of their prices down. Tribute at Ovation. This is Winter Garden by MI Homes. Corey, me and you were out here maybe a year and a half ago together, which Corey is more of a Tampa agent. He comes with me to do some of the other things as well. But, man, me and you were in here, and I don't know if you remember this, and I don't expect you to remember this, but there was an agent in there that was like, hold on, I'll be with you guys, and walked away and never showed back up again.
Yes.
Never showed back up again. And that is like a true testament as to like what you're dealing with when you just walk into these model homes sometimes.
Oh, of course. And a lot of our clients see that. Unfortunately, on our tours, we get you with every preferred rep we can, but sometimes we have to walk in. They're out that day or in another community, and we just get the Joe Schmo who's ever working there, and they can feel the difference in the approach. And a lot of times they prefer the communities and the homes with someone that gave them a better experience from the preferred reps. But everyone's got a different situation that works for the builder. So someone started their first day, and maybe you're their first client,
Would love to know if anybody's watching on rerun. Maybe you're not here live with us. If you are considering Disney, what are you looking for day-to-day wise, right? Like, we know we want you to be, or you want to be, proximity to Disney or the theme parks in general, but are you willing to live kind of 15 minutes away from a Publix maybe, or do you still need to be really close and I don't even know if 15 minutes is close for you or far from you, but what does your day-to-day look like, right? So we know Disney, but what else? Would love to know in the comment section. Zach says Florida's the best. I am biased. Corey, question for you. Are you a Floridian now? You've been here for how long?
I would consider myself Floridian. You get the true Florida blood when it's about 50 degrees outside and you start feeling chilly. That's a true Floridian right there. Up north, we'll thug it out till it's 40, 38 degrees, and then we'll put a hoodie on or something. But in Florida, when it's 60 and you feel cold, you finally adapted to the climate.
Very nice. Okay, so if you guys don't have any more questions, we will end up peeling off here. We'll give you one more opportunity to ask questions. Also, Dash says, shout out to Christian and Corey. I don't know if I read this one. Lewis, make sure you reach out to us. Make sure you reach out to us if you can, buddy. I don't know if you're working with somebody on the team or not, but make sure you reach out with us. Shell Ski says, working with Chris right now. Yay. Listen, when you reach out to us, we're going to get you connected with the right people, obviously, on our team. Our team is hand-selected agents. These aren't just anybody put together, right? And so we have systems and processes in place. We do understand, we promise to our people that, hey, we're trying to make the process better than what it is. The industry standard is not cutting it, right? And so we got to make sure that people on our team are doing the right thing. So you're definitely in good hands with Chris or anybody on the team here. Are there any communities that have larger lots out there? That's a great question, Evelyn. Would love to know, are you still considering the area that you're in? I know where you're at, right? Are you considering that particular area? It's tougher. The more dense you get, the tougher it gets to get larger lots, if you know what I mean. But I promise you we can find you something, but same area or not.
We know
Lewis says, how can I reach you?
Go ahead. I'm sorry, go right ahead.
Lewis says, how can I reach you? It's floating right above. My bad. I mean, that's a good question. You can send us an email, team@morefla.com, or you can text that number that's floating above as well. What were you going to say, Corey?
We know a few builders between here and Orlando that are selling half-acre and full-acre lots.
Yep.
So you can do a to-be-built home and get a little bit bigger lot, but like you said, if it's someone we're working with, it's just based on location.
100%. So I know where you're at. You can send me a text or an email, Evelyn, or a DM, and we can get that figured out for you. But yeah, we can definitely find you some larger lots. You may sacrifice proximity a little bit, but you've been here for a year now, year and a half. So maybe you know your lifestyle a little more now that you've been here, how often you're going to the theme parks and, maybe the airport and that sort of thing.
That's super important. Like you said, it's all about your lifestyle, what you use. We had someone recently, they're like we were 15 minutes from Target, so that was good. We were 25 minutes from a Starbucks, so that's a no-go. They were like, hey, we don't want that area because we got to be closer. So whatever is personal to you, you just got to let us know. And that's why we hop on these consultations so that we can personalize a game plan to get you into this home. And so we can narrow down the decision-making by finding you homes that work for your criteria.
Okay, with that being said, we are going to wrap it up every Friday here. I know this was a quick one. We kind of niched in on kind of near Disney a little bit. Mm-hmm. Really, when it comes to zeroing in on a particular community or area, because there's pockets that are near Disney, it's going to be based on you guys, right? So Lewis is in here. He was talking about Lake Alfred. That was a good one. I think that's a sneaky, quick location to Disney, and you get better value out there, I would say. You're going to sacrifice some things, and one of those things are like Corey's talking about, maybe a Starbucks or a Walmart or something that you might have to drive 15 minutes in order to get to those things. But if you're okay with that, you can definitely maximize. So if you want more of a traditional breakdown or some customization, maybe it's some larger lots out there, make sure you reach out to us so we can get that over to you. Corey, you got anything else before we hop off?
That's it, my man. We'll catch them next week, Monday at 5. I think you said Friday. Monday at 5.
Monday at 5. Forgive me. All right. See you guys on the next one. Bye.
All right.